creeks running through my veins. Lost I was born, lonesome I came, lonesome I'll always stay. And she's in my dreams, into the mist, into the clouds. So leave, I make a fist, I'll make it count. And things that only Carolina will ever know. Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Nina. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so happy to have you, and if you're not new, thanks for coming back. We have a new Taylor Swift song. It has been a while. Last night, Carolina came out, and this is going to be featured in the upcoming film Where the Crawdads Sing. And Taylor Swift said she wrote this song a year and a half ago and kind of brought it to them for the movie. So it sounds like this totally could have been written during like the Evermore folklore time. It definitely has that vibe to it and that sound, and I just knew that I had to learn it and teach it as soon as possible. So that's what I did this morning. I learned this song, and the version that I'm going to be teaching is great for beginners because I chose a version that has all beginner chords. We have no bar chords, which is great. You do need a capo, however, but I just found that this is going to be much easier for beginners. If you guys want to see the tab that I wrote for this song, that link's going to be down below. It has all the chords, strumming, lyrics, everything that you need. And if you guys want to practice playing this song after you're done here, I post a full-length demo / play along on my other channel that has the strumming and the chords on the screens that you could play along with me and practice. But yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so the version that I'm teaching has a capo on the 2nd fret. You can play this without a capo, but you will have to play a bar chord, which I like to stay away from. So I'm going to be teaching it with the capo on the 2nd fret, and the chords you're going to need are A minor, G, D minor, and C. And you're just gonna need those 4 chords for the whole song. And the thing about the strumming with this song, you can hear it, it's very much just down strumming, and you can hear this technique called palm muting, which is where you rest the very edge of your hand on the end of the guitar and it creates a muted sound, so you can kind of hear it sound like this. So we're going to be going over that strumming technique. For the chord progression, it's very interesting. So for the verses, it's going to be A minor, G, D minor, and then you stay on D minor for another measure, G, and then A. So it kind of goes A minor, G, D minor, G, A. It's kind of weird like that. And then, you know, it changes throughout the song, but that's going to be for all of the verses. And there's no intro, so we jump right into it here. The way that I think about downstrumming is a series of short and long strums. Short meaning you just pluck the bass string or just like the top 4 strings here. And then long strum meaning you strum all the strings, like all of them all at once. So for this song, you're going to switch back and forth between a short strum and a long strum. So first we have A minor, and you're going to do a short strum, and then you're going to do a long strum. So again, short, and then long. So tying in the palm muting technique, like I said, you rest it at the very edge of your guitar right here. If you bring it up here to the hole, you're not going to be able to hear any sound coming out. You want to make sure you're getting the sound coming out, so you want to make sure you're all the way back here when you're strumming. So short strum, long strum. So first, A minor is going to get a full measure of the strumming here, so you're going to do the short, long strum 4 times. So short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long. And then you're going to switch to G, and you're only going to do half a measure. So you got G, short, long, long. And then you're going to switch to D minor, and you're going to do it for a half measure again. So short, long, long. Going on to the next measure, you're going to do D minor for another half measure. So short, long, long. And then switch to G, again, half measure, short, long, long. And then you switch back to A minor and do a full measure again. Short, long, long. Okay, starting from the top, we're gonna go through this because it is a little complicated timing-wise, but if you look at the tab, I put the chord right above the word that you're supposed to start the strumming on, so it helps you switch chords better and just kind of like be more aware of the timing. We've got A minor, and you're going to downstrum that on Carolina, so the second half of the word. So Carolina. So you kind of see, I just wanted to show you guys the timing of it, and now we'll go slower. So again, A minor, full measure, G, D minor, split the measure, D minor, G, split the measure, and then back for a full measure for A minor. Let's do that all together slowly. A minor, so we got short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long, and then to G, short, long, D minor, short, long, and then D minor again, short, long, and then back to G, short, long, and then to A minor for the full measure again, short, long. So if you're having trouble differentiating the short strum from the long strum, you can always just pluck that one bass note if you are not able to do the palm muting or the just like getting those bass strings, just like the top 4 strings of each chord. So what you can do is just pluck the bass string. So for A minor, the bass string is the 5th string. So you could just pluck that and do the long strum. So it's going to sound like this if you're doing just the plucking of the bass string. A minor is 5th string. So you could do that, and then G is going to be the 6th string. And then D minor is going to be that 4th string. So that's just another option for you guys, but I like just to do like the short strum. I think it's easier than plucking one string, whatever you guys want to do. So let's go through this really slowly, and we'll sing through the entire first verse here. So we got A minor. Oh, Carolina, creeks running through my veins. Lost I was born, lonesome I came, lonesome I'll always stay. Carolina knows why for years I roam, free as these birds, light as whispers. Carolina knows. So that's going to be how you're going to play every single verse of this song, and I think there's 3 verses. The good news is that it goes slow enough that you guys can practice it really slowly and have time to switch chords and like really think about the strumming here. Okay, so moving on to the pre-chorus, it's going to be A minor for 2 whole measures, and then the last line is going to be C, G, splitting a measure, and then we have a full measure of D minor that leads us into the chorus here. So I think the most confusing thing about this song is that going from verse to pre-chorus to chorus, you kind of have trouble knowing when it kind of makes that transition, because the verse will end with A minor, but the pre-chorus will start with A minor. The pre-chorus ends with D minor, but the chorus starts with D minor. So I think that's what makes this song flow so well together, but you just have to be aware of the timing of everything and really be counting in your head and know, okay, I did the A minor for a whole measure, now I'm moving on to that next measure of A minor, but it's starting on the pre-chorus here. So going from the verse into the pre-chorus, I'm just going to show you guys how it's going to sound like. So we got Carolina knows, and you didn't see me here, no, they never did see me here. So you kind of finish out that one measure for the end of the verse, and then you start a new measure, and then that's when you begin to go into the pre-chorus. So we got those first 2 lines, full measure of A minor, and then on the last line it goes like this. We got C for half a measure, so short, long, and then to G, short, long, and then we have D minor. Half the measure is going to be for the pre-chorus, and then when you start the other half of the measure, that's when it's going to start singing into the chorus. So I'm just going to show you guys what that's going to sound like, that transition. So we got C, She's in my dreams, into the mist, into the clouds. So you kind of see how she ties those two lines together here. So technically you're playing D minor for a full measure, but half of it is in the pre-chorus and half of it is in the chorus. That's a little confusing. So you play that for a full measure and then you go to C for half of a measure, and then it goes into the next part of the chorus. So let's start back at the beginning of the pre-chorus, we'll sing through it, and then we'll get into the chorus. I'm gonna play from the last line of the verse here. Carolina knows, and you didn't see me here, though they never did see me here, and she's in my dreams, into the mist, into the clouds. So then we go transition straight into the chorus here. I do like the fluidity of this song and how it like kind of just all weaves together. The cadence of it is really nice. So then we got that D minor that we played for a full measure, half in the pre-chorus, half in the chorus, and then we go to C, and you're gonna do C for half a measure, so short, long, and then you're gonna do half a measure for G, and then again, you're doing D minor for a full measure here. We got D, short, long, long, and then again switch to C for half of a measure. And then back to G, half a measure. And then to D minor again, full measure. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then on this last line, we got A minor, G, D minor, and then ending on A minor. That's gonna lead you into an instrumental. Now this last line is like one of the lowest parts of the song for singing, and I cannot sing it in the original octave, so I'm gonna have to go up an octave for a significant number of these lyrics. So for this last line of the chorus, A minor is gonna get half measure, G, half measure, D minor, full measure, and then A minor is going to lead you into the instrumental here. And when it gets to the end of the last line, we'll ever know, that's when you're gonna start the instrumental. But we're gonna get there in a second. Let's rewind and finish through this chorus here. So let's just go slowly, starting from the pre-chorus into the chorus, and then we'll get into the instrumental here. And she's in my dreams, into the mist, into the clouds. Don't leave, I'll make a fist, I'll make it count. Of places I will never, ever go. Things that only Carolina will ever know. And that's gonna lead you into the instrumental here. So I hope I'm explaining this well enough. Honestly, I think this goes even just a little bit slower in the actual song. For some reason, I always end up speeding up by the end of it. Yes, on that last line, ever know, you're going to the instrumental, and it's gonna be A minor, G, D minor, and then D minor, G, A. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then to G, 1, 2, switch to D minor, 3, 4, and then again, 1, 2, and then switch to G, 3, 4, and then A minor, rounding it out with a full measure, 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, this is gonna take you into verse 2. So again, it's so interesting how each, part of the song ends and then begins the next part with the same chord. And I think, yes, you just have to pay attention to when you're switching and transitioning and all of that. I hope you guys are getting these transitions down. Don't worry about it, just keep going slow and listen to the song and play along with the song with the tab in front of you. I promise that will help you with the timing of it. So then we have verse 2, which is gonna be the same strumming and everything as verse 1. Pre-chorus and chorus are going to be the same, except the very end of the chorus there is a different instrumental that you're going to pick up here. So instead of ending on A minor into the instrumental, you're going to do C, G, D minor. C and G are going to split the measure, and then D minor is going to get a full measure. How that's going to sound at the end here is like, and things that only Carolina will ever know. So then instead of going to that A minor, it's gonna go C, G, D minor, and you're going to do that a total of 4 times for an instrumental. And then after the last time, you're gonna stay on D minor for an extra full measure before you go into the last pre-chorus and the last like end of the song here. Again, we have C for half a measure, short, long, G, short, long, and then D minor for a full measure, 2, 3, 4. Repeat that 4 times, and then you just stay on D minor. And then it kind of goes back into this pre-chorus, and there's no end chorus here. It ends with a verse, which I think is very interesting. But this pre-chorus is going to be different than the other two. It's going to be A minor G, D minor G. So each one's going to get a full measure of strumming here. So we got A minor. And you didn't see me here. They never did see me here. No, you didn't see me here. They never saw me. So you can just either single strum that last G or just like, you know, and it kind of like goes quiet for a good few seconds before she picks it back up for the last verse here. The last verse is gonna be the same as the other 2 verses, and I think this one's my favorite. I love this last line. It goes, it's between me, the sand and the sea, Carolina knows. So for the last line, you could single strum that A minor. But this is gonna be the whole song for you guys. Definitely takes a little practice with the timing wise, but because it's so slow, it should be easy to practice over it again, especially listening to the song. That's what I was doing all of this morning, just playing it with the song and her singing in the background, and then eventually you can just like hear the rhythm and the timing in your head after you've heard the song enough times. But yes, very excited for new Taylor Swift music. Hopefully this means there's other new music coming, hopefully in the future, in the near future, I don't know. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you guys want to practice this song, hop over to the play along channel. We'll play it together so you guys get that timing down. If you're not subscribed to this channel, go ahead and do that. I post new videos every Tuesday and Friday, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. Caroline. I'm tired. My fingers hurt. Oh wait, is that what it is? Oh my god. Between the weird timing and trying to remember the words, this is a little difficult. There's a lot going on at the moment.